So welcome everyone. Let's talk about awakening. Let's talk about the most obvious secret in the universe. The secret that everyone is searching for, the spiritual attainment that has been hiding in plain sight, right in front of you, that actually is your sight, that you cannot get out of. So then what's the problem? What are all these spiritual seekers looking for then? So let's talk about that. Because for so many years, I believed that there was something more to find than this. I was looking for myself, and looking back now, looking for myself, I know it's something that we say, I'm searching for myself. Like, it's almost like I don't even have any words to say about like the level of ridiculousness that entire mental orientation brings about. Searching for yourself, like you're hiding on yourself, like there's another version of you somewhere else that you need to discover, right? And yes, we can develop more confidence, we can develop more authenticity, but that's not what I'm talking about. Because you always are yourself, okay? You can't not be yourself. The problem is that we are basically raised in a reality that's playing a game where the beings have language and thoughts, and we are, in a sense, pretending or believing that we are these characters, okay? That is what I am. I am this body, I am this name, Trina, I am this journey, I am this past, I am this personality, I am these likes and dislikes, right? And we don't even really question it until we start to realize that something's missing. We start to feel like something's off here. In walks personal development, right? In walks yoga. A couple years go by, in walks meditation. And then if you're really advanced, in walks non-duality, in walks awakening teachings, in walks the concept of enlightenment, the ultimate attainment for the ego, right? Your true nature. When you find enlightenment, you will become your higher self, or whatever belief system begins to descend, the mind begins to orient to, right? But this is all happening in story, right? This is all happening in thought. Enlightenment and awakening are entry-level concepts for the mind. Okay? It makes sense that we have a word for it, but eventually you have to give up every single concept, including awakening and enlightenment, including the me. And that's typically the last concept that leaves. The spiritual seeker concept, this idea that there's something to find, right? We get so obsessed with this journey, with there's something to find. I must discover this. I must discover my true nature, right? Something's missing. I don't think it is about to find ourselves. It's more about releasing all the beliefs, words. Yeah, that really is what it comes down to in the end when you receive this direct pointing. Spirituality is the path to delusion. It is paradoxically, and the thing is, because you think that you're doing the right thing, right? You think that you're on this big journey to find something, that there's something other than what you already are. So we miss this, right? We miss the forest for the trees. And because there's nothing else than this. There's literally nothing else than what you are. Okay, you are the all. You are it. You are already what you're searching for. Okay? But the mind does not believe that, right? And spiritual teachings, they appeal to the mind, and they give you beliefs, and they give you practices like, okay, you need to be equanimous. Spiritual people are equanimous. You need to silence your thoughts, right? You need to be very tempered on your emotional reactions. Not realizing that all of these things, silencing the mind, feeling more chill emotionally, being equanimous, these are, admirable qualities to develop, but these are more of a symptom that happens once you recognize what's actually going on. Once you recognize that you're not the character and that you're this space, you're this I don't know, you're this eternal now moment, you're this directness that can't be labeled, that exists with or without language, right? Once you see, and this can be shown very clearly, and this is what I'm offering this live for, and this is what I share in my videos and in my one-on-one sessions, is just to point people directly to what it is they're searching for. Because there's nothing outside of what you are. There's nothing outside of this space. That's just the word I'm saying right now, this empty, direct space that's here. It's a miracle. It's magic. It transcends knowing. It transcends understanding. Justin says it's not a journey. Yeah, it can feel like a journey to get there. But the whole journey was it too. Right? So once you see that you're not the character anymore, the thoughts, the character is contained in the thoughts, basically, and the feelings and stuff too, but it's mostly the thoughts. So once you see that you're not the character, the thoughts are going to be believed in less and less. You're going to feel less emotionally triggered because you're not so attached to the character's expectations and intentions of how the future needs to be, how my reputation needs to be thought of in other people's minds, right? My status, all of the things that the human is conditioned to desire and work for and grasp onto. But you see that those are just empty thoughts for no one, just appearing, then the mind will just naturally settle. The mind will just naturally, because you're not like going into the thought loop anymore. You're not feeding that orientation energy anymore. So it's not going to be coming back so strongly. It's just like a relationship. You stop calling your friend. Eventually that relationship is going to die, right? Or you stop picking up the phone when they call. Eventually they're going to stop calling, right? It's really simple. There's no evil ego demon somewhere that is trying to like hook you in. There's an impersonal energy, I guess it feels like, that is wanting to survive. And so it can hook you in and tell you these stories, right? And send you on this path of seeking, and it wants to be there for its own demise. The ego wants to see its own death. Am I enlightened yet? Ooh, I felt an energetic thing. Am I awakened? Oh, is my mind still there? Oh, it's still there. Okay. Well, maybe next time. Maybe I'll get it right if I do this retreat, or if I watch this next video, or if I meditate long enough, or if I feel my body more, then I will get it. But there's no getting it. You're already it. There's nothing outside of what you already are. Anything else is imagination. So however things are appearing right now in this moment is just how they're appearing, right? And so when that is recognized that you are not the intentions of the conditioned mind, You are not the desires and the aversions of the nervous system that's grasping for dopamine. There's just a natural settling into your home, which we can call the present moment. But it's really just the only thing that is. And from that, a natural equanimity is just there. Right? And this is like a lot of the feedback I've been getting from some of my clients lately, where they're like, yeah, I feel like I'm not bothered so much anymore. Like I was so stressed out about this situation. And I've been getting a lot of clients lately that a number of them don't have very, very little spiritual background. Like maybe they've done yoga, but I've had a lot of people lately, this last week in particular, that have never even heard the word non-duality before. Never even like considered like about awakening and enlightenment. And they're clicking, they're seeing it. They're seeing this for the game that it was. It's like, oh, there's all of these like waves that are cresting, you know, thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations. And I'm thinking that I'm that play, but I am the empty ocean, the space of the ocean that contains it all. And so when you see that, all of these spiritual qualities that people are trying to develop in retreats and ashrams, like I said, neutrality, a calm mind, a non-reactive nervous system, just naturally becomes it's just there. Like you don't have to work for it because you see that there's not the story anymore. But if you're a spiritual character, then you're trying to develop these qualities and you're going into all of these different practices in order to become this spiritual saint, but that's just a spiritual ego, right? But when you drop that away, when you see that that's not what you are, you're just left with your natural state, which is already whole and equanimous and silent and peaceful. Right? And it doesn't have to be like, look like it's a certain state all of the time. So let's do a short little exercise. If anyone, do you guys want to do a quick little exercise? Are you in the headspace for it? Okay, so for those who are, I want you to just bring up an image of yourself. Okay, so whether that's like, you know, in your mind's eye, an image of your face, it could be like an energy of your personality. What comes to you when you reference your self-concept? You know, for me, it was like kind of a picture of my face smiling and like just a kind of general feeling, energetic feeling. Okay, so bring that up right now. Bring up your self-concept. This person, this character that you are. And just look at it, observe it, feel it, connect with it, see it, however it's showing up for you. And now I want you to kind of zoom out a bit and notice the space where that self-concept is taking place within. Because the one who sees the self-concept, the one who sees the character and references the character, is not the character. There's an emptiness here. There's a neutrality here that's observing the character. Is that a concept? Is that an image? What is it that sees the character, that knows the character? What is it that sees the feeling, that feels the feeling? Right? It's not the character. There's no solidity to it. There's no quality to it. It's this space that has no opposite. Fergus says it's just some sort of awareness that's gone as soon as it arrives. Where does it go, though? Who is the one that sees the awareness go? Right? So we imagine ourselves to be this like character. Okay, let's say the character is like this. Here's my little story here. It's only made of thoughts and images and memories. Right? And I look at this character, but where is that character contained within? Feels like a phantom behind it all. Yeah. And so this space that contains this character, that sees the character, is there a boundary between that and you? Can't be found. Yeah, can't be found. But at the same time, it's also the most obvious. It can't be found with the mind. It's like a fish looking for water, though. It is just this. Okay? And I've been in this clarity so many times. I remember it as a child even. Just this directness. Nothing more, nothing less. But there were thoughts on top of it that were telling me that something was missing. And there were spiritual teachers that were very willing to sell me their books and sell me their retreats and take my money and give me YouTube videos to watch endlessly. And I can't blame them. It was also my own delusion that was fueling that. But I never found what they were pointing to because it was only just information and concepts and this idea that there was something to find, that there was a search, there was this grand journey that I had to go on. But everything is already right here. You are already right here. There's nothing to search for. There's nothing to understand. And I don't mean there's nothing to understand like, oh, you'll just get it one day and it will all make sense. It's like, no. There's literally nothing to understand. Like this is like kindergarten, what I'm showing you. You're already before kindergarten. Children understand this. Animals probably understand this more than adults, human adults. Right? But it's a mystery. It is a mystery because the mind can't go there, right? The mind thinks in past and future. It goes to the present. It's like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this directness is. How do I grasp the present moment? How do I understand the present moment? How do I capitalize on the present moment, right? How do I create an industry around the present moment? How do I sell the present moment? I know. I'll become a spiritual teacher and offer retreats and books about how to get to the present moment one day in the future. That's how I will sell the present moment. But you're already the all. You're already this, right? Everything else is imagination. And so it can feel, for some people, it can feel a bit anticlimactic. Like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's only this. There's nothing else. I'm just here. Oh, right? And the mind can keep seeking until it kind of wears itself out. But the main pointing, the main thing to see, which is very easy to see, is just what's right in front of you. What is the you and what's right in front of you. The experienced and the experiencer, everything happening right now in this moment. Where did you learn this, and do you do meditations for this? No. No, there's no need to meditate for this. This is just, there's nothing to gain for this. It's this. It's like I'm like giving you, like, say I give you something and you're like, and you take it and you're like, okay, how do I earn this? How do I understand this? How do I keep this? It's like, no, it's yours already. Like, you don't need to do anything for it. You don't need to earn for it. It's yours. You're like, yeah, but how did you get it? Where did it come from? Right? What's the history of this? It's like, it doesn't matter. You don't need to know that. It's already yours. Right? It's already here. Right? And so the where, how, why, spiritual awakening, beliefs, right? Future, it will happen in another moment, right? And all of these esoteric concepts and spiritual concepts that will get passed down over and over again is all just imagination. It's all just thoughts, right? Made up words trying to point to that which is not made up. And it's fine, we have to use words. I'm not going to mime this or do interpretive dance to explain that, and even that's a form of communication. So it's fine to use words, but I'm pointing to the wordless, right? I'm pointing to the wordless. And many times I get asked the question, like, how do I live from this space though? Okay, yeah, I see that I'm not the character. I see that I'm, awareness, or however people word it. But how do I integrate this in my daily life, right? So that how do I integrate this in the future is just more of the mental construct that you're imagining yourself to be, right? It's more just thoughts going into an imagined future, thinking that it needs to prepare and that it needs information in order to navigate the experience. But what I'm sharing with you is a return to innocence, which, by the way, I've been listening to that song this week, and it is so beautiful. If you guys seen the music video, Enigma, Return to Innocence, oh, so beautiful. I'm gonna cry even just thinking about it. Such a beautiful, beautiful song, beautiful music video. But this is really what I'm talking about. It is a return to innocence. It's a return to just the natural spontaneity of life, right? Just the natural reactions. I don't need to plan. I don't need to have I mean, it's okay to plan, but planning can happen. But this whole, the mind, grasping for certainty, the pull of the mind that needs to know something, it is coming from this core belief that it is unsafe, that there's something to fear, that it needs to be able to be prepared for every possible future scenario with language, because it believes that it has something to fear, because the words are finite, the words are temporary. And so when one takes oneself to be words, then it believes that it is the words and that it is temporary and finite. But what's here right now without language? Take away the words. Do you get taken away? Does life stop? No. Right? You're not a mental construct. You're not a concept. You're a ta-da. You're a happening, you're this moment. There's nothing else to find. There's nothing more than this. Anything else is imagination. You're not going to be more of yourself in a future moment. The mind can change, the relationships can change, the emotions can change, the self-concept can change, right? The attention can change, all of that. But you are life itself. You are the 0 point field that is the experience and the experiencer. There's nothing outside of you. You are the all. This is it right here. There's nothing more. There's nothing more than this. It's so simple. Take away the past and the future right now. What's here? Take away your beliefs right now. What are you? Okay, sorry, I haven't been looking at the comments, but let's go through some of them. If anyone would like to raise your hand and interact as well, this is an opportunity to connect. If you have questions or if you'd like to be guided into presence. Okay, then why do you use a mentor? Why do you sell one-on-one sessions? I don't use a mentor. I had a mentor that I worked with to help point me and bring me into this clarity. It was helpful because it's kind of like someone that had a lot of clarity already that was just exposing my belief systems, because the mind is very, very tricky and it just shapeshifts and forms new concepts, and we're so used to thinking that the mind is the ultimate source of truth that we get wrapped up in a concept, and it's like, then it continues to bring us into the future or bring us into a problem. Like it creates a problem, but it's just words. So it's helpful for some people, I mean, that's what worked for me. So I'm not saying that this is for everyone. And I sell one-on-one sessions to help people come into this clarity. And it's just by donation for now. So yeah. But you don't have to, not forcing anyone. After planning is done, we return to innocence. Oh, I know, I've been singing that song all week. Okay. Is it ego looking for something? Yeah. Yeah. Where's the ego right now? The ego is really like an illusion that's contained in thought. It's a false assumption, right? It's not like there's an ego, like an actual ego. It's a mirage. It's something that is believed in because we have all of these thoughts that appear that say I. And so, you know, the mind sees that there's thoughts that are saying I want this, I like this, I'm this kind of person, or whatever the thoughts say, I don't want this to happen, blah, 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 blah. And so obviously we can observe our thoughts, which is also a function of the mind. And it sees, oh, there's thoughts that say I, it recognizes patterns, and from that pattern recognition, it believes that it's this I. And that's really what the ego is. But just in this very moment, what is I? If you take away the past and the future, what is I? Just in this very, very second, without going to anything you've learned before. It's just a word. Take away the I right now. What's here? Okay, so if there's no maintaining it, how do we not allow ourselves to get wrapped up in stories or concepts? If there's no maintaining it. Yeah, so there's no you that stops the stories and the concepts, right? Because the you that would want to stop that is also just a thought that says, I want to stop that. So it's like this kind of like a dance of thoughts, like a formula of thoughts that are appearing. So this isn't about stopping the thoughts. Sometimes it can happen right away, and this is why we hear of the big, the big awakening experiences that certain teachers share about, where it's like all of a sudden they have an energetic explosion and then the mind just shuts down, or they have these huge revelations, these big mystical experiences, and that can happen and that can coincide with recognition. But that seems to be more of, and that's what I thought would happen with me. But that's kind of more of a lottery system thing, where it's like no one really knows how to, okay, I'll just keep meditating and maybe one day it will happen to me, right? That's kind of, I feel like, how most people approach spirituality and awakening. Like, okay, I'll just follow the teacher and I'll try to do this energy stuff. But what I'm sharing is a direct pointing to what it is that you're looking for, okay? It doesn't have to be this, and it's very likely not going to be this wow, pow, fireworks moment. It can be. I've had beautiful experiences in my calls lately. But it's also just, it can be approached as like a slow unfolding out of mental suffering, right? By seeing clearly, just in this moment, what are you without the concept of I right now? Just let yourself go into this space without language. What are you without words? Being, living, Jesus is Lord, silent picture, taking up space, being. So yeah, thanks for sharing. I hear you. But those are words. So take away all those words now. What are you without being? What are you without living? What are you without Jesus is Lord? What are you without taking up space? Take away all the words. Take away formlessness experiencing form. Take away creation. Take away all the words. I know what you mean. And I'm grateful that you're participating in the chat, so I don't want to say you're wrong. There's no right or wrong. But I also just want to emphasize that what you're looking for at the end of a spiritual journey is not a word or a concept. It's just the directness of what's here. So go into that directness right now. Go into that space without language. Go into that space without belief. What are you without your story? What are you without your memories right now? It's always right here. It's always you. It's always this. Take away the me, even. Take away this word me. What's here without me or I? Take away soul. It's just a concept. Where's your soul right now? It's just a thought. Just a belief. It's okay to have them. I'm not hating on beliefs, but I'm pointing to what's here that's beyond them. What's here that's not a belief. Or rather, what's in between a belief and no belief. What's in between belief and no belief? What's in between thought and no thought? Gap. Yeah. There's a gap. There's a thought-free space. There's a silence. There's a void. Yeah. And so in this void, in this gap, where is your identity? Just in this very second. Where is this person that you take yourself to be? In the mind, yeah. It's just thoughts. It's just made up words. Every word is a made-up word, even void, even silence, even the gap, even soul, even identity. It's just sounds, you know. You go to a country that they don't know English, and you start saying these things, it's just sounds to them. There's no inherent meaning to any of these sounds. We create the meaning. It's a man-made tool. So this is the end of spiritual seeking. This. Right here. It's so simple. There's nothing else but this. This is what you are. I can't point to it. I can give it 1,000 names, but it doesn't matter because it's all made up. It doesn't need a name to exist. There's nothing to even navigate. I say it's here, it's now. Those are made up too. It's everything. It's not in a specific location or a certain time. It's everything. It's the observer and the observed. It's the seer and the seen. It's the feeling and the felt. It's the capacity for life. It's the play of duality. It's the play of opposites. And it's that which has no opposite. And then you realize that everything that I'm saying are just mental made-up constructs that the mind is creating a separation between observer, observed, feeling, felt, duality, non-duality, opposites, no opposite. Take all those words away now. What's left? What's here without any concepts? Nice. Thank you all for your comments, guys. There is us. This has been Thoughts or Illusions. Yeah, thanks, Terry. This has been such a great guided experience, dude. I'm locked in. You see it? Yeah. Connor, stop. It's right here. Yeah. Yeah. So you've been believing in a story your whole life that you're this character, and then the character hears about spirituality and then it goes to find itself. It believes it will find an ultimate character. It imagines something in the future that will happen and everything will be better and my problems will be gone. You know? Not realizing that problems were just mental constructs made up itself. Not realizing that the future is just an imagined story contained in made-up words. Not realizing that what you're looking for is what you already are and the place that you're looking from, and you can't actually get out of it and there's nothing to find because it's just this moment. There's nothing more. And sometimes the mind can be like, well, that's boring. I wanted a never-ending orgasm. I wanted eternal bliss. I wanted abundance codes unlocked. I wanted to never die. Whatever wacky things that it imagines when and doesn't tell anyone. But spirituality, this pointing, awakening, there's nothing here for the character. There's nothing here for the story. Life is going to go on. People that see this clarity and teachers and people that are in this non-dual recognition, which is not hard. It's right here. It's not hard. They still, sometimes they have bad night's sleep, so they have trouble getting out of bed, or they're constipated, or they overeat, right? Or they put on a little weight, or they get into car accidents. Like, life still goes on. Right? This isn't about an emotional state being consistently maintained for the rest of your life. This is about no longer being dependent on a made-up story in order to be constantly, a made-up temporary story that constantly changes, and a self-image that constantly changes in order to feel safe. Because you're just, and spoiler alert, you're never going to find that. You're never going to find a consistent anything. In the play of duality. Thank you all for your questions. So if anyone would like to come on and interact, or if you have any questions you can ask, or if you'd like to be guided into clarity, or there's something on your heart, or there's something that's not you're not understanding, or anything, this is a space for that. This is a space to interact and connect. Yeah, please share. Do you know Jesus? I've heard of him. You're welcome, Sergio. Have I met you before? Your name sounds familiar. Where do thoughts come from? Where do they come from? I mean, anything I tell you is just going to be another thought. What is a thought? Let's even get clear about what a thought is. Any thing that I say about what a thought is just going to be another thought. Just an endless loop, just an echo chamber of words. Because any word is defined by other words, which are also defined by other words, which are also defined by other words, and on it goes, right? So temporary, so unsubstantial, but so hypnotic, right? Especially in our society that's trained to value that. And yeah, I mean, look, there is a huge application to mental constructs, you know. Numbers are made up. Doesn't mean that they're not helping us create buildings and understand chemicals and bake a cake, right? But it's still a made-up concept. The mind is its own paradox. Yeah, what is the mind even? That's just another thought. You know, there really is no mind. Where's the mind right now? Can you find it? Where are the thoughts even? We imagine that they're in the head. But really, where are they? They're not even sounds, like you don't even hear it audibly. It's just words playing in your subjective experience, but there's no actual location to them. And they're very temporary. I mean, they can be persistent. But it's so fleeting, you know? In astrology, language and words and thinking is the air element. You know, which is it is the most challenging element. Even in the tarot deck, the suit that represents air is often where all of the problems, it's the suit that has the most problems in the pictures and stuff. The most unfortunate expression, what we would label as misfortune. Because we give so much more of a reality to these temporary sound tools. I like that. Tools of sound, tools of symbolic sound. Than they deserve. Like they have a limitation to them. So where do thoughts come from? They come from nowhere. They're just patterns, sounds, something that pops up in the mind, you to use if we want to feed it. Yours to use if you want to feed it. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. Like you don't even have to awaken. You don't have to do anything. If you want to do, you are already the freedom for anything. You are the freedom to do anything. Doesn't mean there's not consequences in the realm, right? Like you eat a lot of sugar, you're going to have to go to the gym if you want to keep the same weight, right? Or you go and steal something and you get busted, you're probably going to have a court case and hire a lawyer. Right? There's repercussions, but you're still the freedom to do anything, to play in this space. And in that freedom, we experience the limitation. But behind that apparent experience of limitation, it's coming from this freedom that you are, this 0 point field. And then it's like, oh, I can let go. There was no even me that needed to hold on to something that was just a ghost in my head. It was never real. The mind is its own paradox. It is, yeah, that's a good way of saying that. What about religion? It's imagination. It's trying to answer what cannot be answered with words. It's just the mind doesn't understand what's happening, so it creates all of these levels and concepts and practices, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with any of it. And some of it can help. Some of it, maybe people can get like awakenings and stuff from it. But it's a bit of a kind of potluck thing, and you're not sure, and it's more kind of... But what I'm saying is just a clear, and like if you want this, here it is. I'm just sharing it in the most basic, plain, direct way that I can. And you don't need to jump through all of these hoops and stand on your head and open up your chakras and meditate and, you know, become celibate and live in an ashram for the rest of your life to discover what you already are. Because you already are what you already are. Drop the illusion that you're the character, see through the illusion that you're the character, can be easily done. What are you without language right now? What are you without the past and the future right now? Just what is, just the directness. It doesn't need to feel in a certain emotional state. It's here. See through the character, and what you're left with by default is just this clarity, this presence that you've always been. It's peaceful, it's beautiful. It's the biggest cosmic joke. Do you call this alignment to the true self? No, because there's no you aligning with your true self. There's only the true self. There's only what is. Right? So you don't become your true self. You wake up out of the delusion that you were this character named whatever your name is, Trina. I wake up out of the delusion that I'm Trina, that I'm just this story, because the story is thoughts happening in past and future. But where does the past and the future, where is that experienced? Where is that story playing out? It's only playing out right here. 0 point, right? We think that we need to go A to B, right? We're going vertical. I'm on a human journey. I'm doing my thing. I'm awakening. I will get to the goal one day, but I'm saying go vertical. I'm saying what's here right now always. What's here when you were 2? What's here when you were 12? What's here when you were 34? What's here when you're whatever age you are right now? It's always been you. It's always been this. And maybe you had to go on a journey to finally get this message. Maybe you resonate with it, maybe you don't. But it's very, very simple. Yeah, I'm starting to post more of the calls on my YouTube channel, so check that out as well if you want to learn more about what I'm doing. I've been doing these calls for about over 4 months now. Spoke with 150 people, 104, something like that. And really getting the hang of it. Yeah, thanks, Rebecca. I'm from Canada. Is your heart hardened? No. Okay. I think I had a shamanism experience. Ooh. I played a song last night and realized I lost part of myself. Oh, the shamanism experience. Okay, cool. Nothing right or wrong about thoughts, no judgment. Yeah. So if anyone wants to come on, you're welcome to raise your hand. Mind always looks for answers in its own brain to find understanding. Yes, exactly. It just loops. There's no character though, but it's okay. Everything happens just like it's supposed to. Yeah. Do you consider Ananta or no self the most coherent spiritual concept ever spoken about? I don't even go that like deep. this is not something that is even taught. This can't be taught. And that's where the seeking loop, and I hear what you mean. And what is emptiness? Okay. It's taken me 8 years. Wow. It's a long time. Yeah. Okay, let me just see if anyone's... Okay, so I'll answer your question about Ananta. Yeah, so spiritual concepts, like, they say that the finger pointing to the moon is not the moon, right? It is so not the moon. You think about a finger compared with a moon. The power of a finger versus the power of the moon. Like, this is what a concept and actually what it's pointing to. Okay? So concepts, it's fine that we have concepts. It makes sense that we have concepts about it. But they are very entry level. Like, you don't even need to learn concepts to get what I'm talking about. And I've been bringing people into this clarity and waking them up. People that had never even heard about anatta, never even heard the word non-duality before, never even heard about enlightenment or awakening or any of that stuff. Coming into this clarity. So it really has nothing to do with what you think. But when you try to learn it, you use the mind to find something, to go to a place where the mind can't go. Right? Like, you pick the worst tour guide ever. It's like you hire a non-French speaking tour guide to guide you around France. Like, how are they going to facilitate communication for you if they don't understand the language, if they're speaking a different language? And this even transcends language, so it's even worse than that, right? And I've used this example before. The mind is like a plastic seed that you're planting, hoping that it will grow into an organic tree of enlightenment. It doesn't work like that, right? You pick the wrong tour guide. You pick the wrong, medium. But what I'm pointing at doesn't actually require a medium. It doesn't require a tour guide to get there, because you're already it, right? And this is facilitated by the direct pointings that I offer in my videos, in my lives, and in my one-on-one sessions. Yeah. So that's my suggestion if it's not something that you learn. And what is emptiness? Yeah, emptiness is also a concept. People use the word emptiness to kind of as one of the experiences that they reference, or that they can describe what it feels like to be in this no self, to be in this directness without the character. It's like, okay, so let's try this. So what is it, if you go to what is it, if you take away the past and the future, take away your thoughts, take away the language, and just go to the direct experience of what it is that's looking through your eyes right now. What is it that's looking through your eyes right now? We have all these ideas. Oh, it's myself, it's my soul, it's my consciousness. Yeah, but what is that? Okay, take away the words, take away the concepts that you've heard. Just in the direct experience, what is it exactly that's seeing? Can you find a little being, a little character somewhere that's receiving the visual imprints? The visual experience before you? Oh, well, it's me. Yeah, but what is me? That's just another word. Go to the direct experience. What is looking through your eyes? This is the emptiness, right? This is the I can't find it. This is the realization that this idea that there was someone looking through my eyes was only real in thought. There's no seer and seen. There's just seeing. Seeing for no one. There's an experience of sight, but the experience of sight and the sight are the same thing. The mind creates the duality. So this is what is meant by emptiness. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, Rebecca, please do. The link is in my on my main page on my under my bio. There's a link tree link, and there's a link to books. So yeah, I would love to chat with you. We are just now being life going on, and we get to explore the workings and energy and consequences. Yeah, beautiful. The core spirit, God has a relationship with its offspring. Okay. I've been to Eckhart Tolle courses and never really understood presence. Yeah, you can't understand it. There's nothing to understand. And that's the thing with the spiritual teachers. All love, and everyone's just communicating it in their own special way. But my approach is not to give any more concepts, because I was drowning in concepts and spiritual search and spiritual teachers and all of this crap, listening to YouTube videos for hours a day, just hearing the different teachers say the same thing over and over and over again, trying to learn non-duality. No, that just kept me more lost. That just kept the seeker going, because the seeker believes that there's something to find. That's the thing. Something to find is the separate self. Something to find is the illusion. Something to find is what you are not, because you already are it. Something to find is the distortion. There's no something to find. There's no future. There's no being more grounded in the present moment in the future. You're looking for the present moment in the future. It's here. It's nowhere else but here. Thoughts, painful thoughts can still come. But now you know it's a story. Now you know it's an imagination. Well, how do I stop the painful thoughts? Where do I go? Come here. It's here. It's not, you don't even have to hold it in your hand. You can't lose it. It's just this. It's very, very simple. Yeah. Okay, I'm way behind in the comments here, but if anyone wants, okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, we've got a caller on our hands. Hold on, let me just make sure I've got everyone. I feel like I get it, but I don't know. I know, I understand. Trust me, you've got it. If you feel, you're good. Book a call with me if you want. Oh, human rights. Okay, let's chat. Yeah. Hello.
Hello,
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Ali.
Ali.
Yeah, I was the one who said I feel like I get it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I just read that. Yeah. So what's going on for you? Please share.
Nothing. I don't really think about it that much. It'll just pop up on my feed, for example. And I used to be into it, but I feel like it's been sort of internalized that there's nothing really to get. But still, I don't know. I think they're still suffering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to navigate it. I don't really feel like I even need to navigate it. It's almost like I just don't. It's almost like just patience is required, but I'm not sure. Even saying that might even be involving a self, right?
So what are you without the next right now?
Like, I know what you mean. like when you say that, like I kind of get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like I'm there with you, but like it's, it's still, I don't know. It's it's hard to even explain. Like I get it. I get what you're saying. Like like the no future thing. I definitely understand it, and like the past doesn't really affect me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It almost seems purely physiological. Like there's still like a tie to the body. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what are you without that belief?
Hmm. Yeah. You know what? Hmm. Yeah. It's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. That's really all you had to say, I
Yeah.
guess.
Your mind just made that up.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. It's sneaky. It does that, right?
It is sneaky.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It will create a whole story about the journey too. It will create a whole story about the awakening and all the hoops that it has to jump through, you know?
Hmm.
I got to get rid of all my beliefs. I've been so brainwashed. I got this huge thing I got to get through,
Hmm. You know
right?
what it is? It honestly might be a slight desire to feel nice sensations. Like if I don't
Right.
feel nice sensations, I feel like okay, I haven't got it.
Yeah. Right.
That might really be it. Yeah, because when I don't care about the sensations, when there's nothing about the sensations involved, like I just allow. I'm saying I allow. I'm just saying like there's nothing to do with sensations. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever's appearing.
Yeah.
I'm using the language of I, but I think you sort of see what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
there's
it's
nothing.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you're saying that it's like your mind is saying, "Well, I'm feeling shitty sometimes, so I don't have it. I don't get it yet."
Yeah. That's I guess a conceptual interpretation of this of the perceived problem. Because I guess another way to say it is that there might be the assumption that there is a problem to begin with,
Yeah.
and if there was a problem to begin with, it would be the feeling shitty.
Yeah.
But like you said, like what am I without the belief? Even even the idea of feeling shitty as well is almost it almost feels like it's a language based belief.
Yeah. Yeah, and oftentimes it's because the mind is trying to come up with a strategy to avoid feeling what is. But if you just go directly to the feeling of what is in the moment, but you take away the story, it's really typically not that bad. And it gives some time for the energy to process.
Hmm.
Or a lot
Yeah.
of the times the shitty feeling is coming from the story. So you take away the story and the feeling goes as well.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like there was, yeah, I know that's another thing too. That's very interesting. It's almost like the feeling of the shitty feeling is in and of itself. It's almost like a manifestation of feeling separate.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like as soon
yeah,
as there's any feeling of dividedness, there is almost like I don't know what it is. It's like yeah, there is a negative affect to it to some extent.
yeah.
So you don't feel shitty
I
ever?
feel, no, I do. Yeah, I
You
do.
do?
Yeah, yeah.
And but you
This
don't
is,
label it like that, do you?
I mean, yeah, like, I mean, there's times I feel shitty for sure,
Mm,
for sure. It's not about, maintaining a certain emotional state all the time.
right.
It's not about the emotions. It's just
It's
that,
not
like,
about the emotions,
you're a
yeah.
human being, right? You're gonna feel things.
Hmm.
There's
Would you
like
say
nothing
that though?
wrong.
Is it actually fair to say that you are a human being?
Well, I mean, the experience of the human body, the experience of what this reality that we find ourselves in right now
Yeah.
involves the experience of emotions.
Because it almost doesn't even feel human to some extent. Like it when you're
Yeah.
when I sit like the feeling of human almost does feel a bit emotional. But when an emotion is not there at all, there's an absence of emotion, it feels genuinely more like I was the one who asked like about emptiness as well. There is a genuine feeling of emptiness, but
Yeah.
not in a negative. I'm not saying it in a sad, depressed way. I'm just saying like it doesn't feel like the typical. It doesn't feel like a typical human way. I guess this is a belief. This might be a belief I have, but it doesn't feel like a typical human emotion, or it doesn't feel like a typical way of being human, I guess.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's like a neutrality
Yeah.
here that isn't so tied. It's kind of like you're in a VR game or like,
Yeah, it's super
yeah,
impersonal, very impersonal.
exactly.
And it's almost a shock sometimes that like this is actually not suffering. Like this is what is true. And this is what, if there was really something you want, it's this. You don't want anything other than this, really. You might think you do, but really this is it. This really impersonal feeling of neutrality and like not feeling so contracted. That's actually where true well-being is and like true peace is. It's almost a shot, like it's like it doesn't really lock in. It hasn't locked in for me yet, to be honest. I can't say it's locked in that this is really it. Although I think maybe, again, another belief I have, but like I you can maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but with enough repetitions this would just lock in. And again, this is a belief. Like I need more repetitions to get there, but I don't see how, like, right now, are you saying like I could just end this call and just I'll never not be back in that state?
Yeah, so it's not about like constantly like that will unfold over time. Like you see it as an unfolding process. Not like you see that you're not the character, right? Like you see that you're not Ali. You
I
see
do.
that you're this space here, right? Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
So that's awakening. And then there's an unfolding more and more. So the thoughts can come, the story can come, the identification can come, but now you're seeing more and more that that's not serving me anymore. And so the
Yeah.
energy is going to stop going to the story and it's going to stop going to the character. And so the
Hmm.
thoughts and all of that's going to stop coming. And then by default, you're just going to be left this, with what is, right? You don't have to play, you can play the game if you want, but don't even make it like I need to make this my practice. Just keep it
Yeah.
very simple.
I don't
Just
even.
look,
Yeah.
just notice when the mind is going to the next. Notice, no, because it's happening on its own.
Yeah.
Even the noticing, okay, I'm back in thought identification. You're not that, there's no you noticing.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah. Yeah.
mind
Yeah.
noticing,
That's
right? That's
yeah.
all
Exactly.
automatic, right?
And like, yeah, the noticer of the thoughts, like for me, that's a sticky one. Like that noticer of the thoughts always comes back. And then I notice that there's a noticer of the thoughts, and that noticer of the thoughts is also a thought, but it almost feels like it's like an infinite regression. And then I just go back on my phone and go on TikTok or something. But yeah, I know. And yeah, I guess, no, I see what you're saying. I think for me, this is why I said, like, I don't know if I got it or not. I think there definitely is like an aspect of just patience, I think. I'm not really that worried, to be honest. I'm probably not. I don't even think I'm really suffering that much. I probably have a decent amount of well-being compared to other people, I would say. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting because I'm definitely like not fully there. Like you definitely see, like I look at your eyes and like you're definitely there, but like and I don't know. See, I go back and forth because then I think about some of the stuff. I know you don't. I know you're not. I like your method, but the method of, for example, just the eightfold path, how it's just like the Buddha mentioned concentration as a very important aspect of the path. It's hard to deny that without concentration, you'll just suffer endlessly, right? Like without it, and I can see in your eyes that you're very concentrated. Like there's no way you're not concentrated. You're definitely more concentrated than me. So then I'll go back to this and I'll think he must have like there. This must be like a very valid method, like concentration and mindfulness and effort. And then you could say the wisdom aspect of it, which would be noticing the constant impermanence, the constant flux. So it's almost like you can anchor yourself to a method, but then that ends up becoming a self to me. And then,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I think, yeah. I don't want to keep it too long.
Who's
But
the one that is to be? I hear what you mean, and I'm not.
yeah,
If there's many paths, right?
right.
But who's the one to be concentrated? Because that's just more thoughts instructing thoughts.
Yeah.
What are you without concepts right now?
Yeah, I know. No, that's pretty that's pretty potent.
Yeah. Right.
What
So
do you think it is? Is it the future thinking or the past, or is it a combination of both?
um, yeah, I mean it depends. It's thought like so
Would you
okay
say
so
they're both? Is it just imagination?
yeah, it is. It's made up.
Hmm.
We're making it all up. It's all thoughts, right? But so just go really direct with this question. Take away the past and the future. If you take away the past and the future, just in this very moment, what do you believe?
What do I believe?
Yeah. Just in this very second, what do you believe?
I don't believe anything.
Yeah.
When you ask me that question, I don't believe anything.
Yeah.
That would be the most
Yeah.
truthful response.
Yeah. Exactly. And what doesn't believe anything?
I can't answer that. There's just no belief.
Yeah,
There's just
there's the blank. Yeah.
it just seems like, yeah, there's just this.
Yeah. Yeah. So it
I
doesn't
know.
need a belief to exist.
I know, but like we're gonna hang up the phone and I'm gonna go back to the regular way of being, because I understand what you're saying, and like when you say that, I'm not suffering at all. Like there's pure. I can't even say pure peace because I'm sure there's still some conceptualization involved. But when I stop talking to you, I'm gonna go back. I mean, I guess it's another belief, but
But your
and this is
mind's
another
going to the
thought.
next again,
Yeah,
right?
it's true. That's
It's
true.
going back into story. Because there's no you to go back into whatever. It's just thought,
That's true. Yeah.
right? So what are you right now if there's nothing to find?
If there's nothing to find. Yeah, as soon as I want to answer the question, I go back into the like when you ask the question, I go like there's like a blank there's a blankness, and then I understand what you're saying in that moment of blankness.
Yeah.
And then I start talking, and then the talking itself is bringing back concepts and future and
Yeah.
past.
So don't make that a problem though.
It's not, yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Don't
I
make
know what you're
don't
saying.
make any of it a problem.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
will
this is like,
unfold naturally. It has a life of its own, right? Just like a forest, just like an ocean. There's no one central thing that's controlling it all. It's the
yeah,
same with humans. You haven't been controlling any of this the whole time. So the best thing you can do is just get out of the way,
you're right, yeah.
right? You're hearing the message. You see, there's no one here. It sounds like you have a decent amount of clarity, and it's just going to continue to unfold the more that the story is seen through. And that charge, the thought charge, is kind of begins to lose its spark.
That's very, very reasonable. I like, I definitely, I can't say anything. I can't argue with that. That's very reasonable. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very simple.
yeah, for sure. Okay, this has been very helpful. I'm glad I requested. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Trina.
you're welcome,
Keep doing what
Ali.
you're
Nice
doing.
to
Thank
chat.
you.
Yeah.
Nice to chat. Bye bye.